think I'm safe here. I don't know for how long. You ever get the feeling like thousands of people are watching you?
Well, you see they've got most of the trailer unloaded. There's only like 4 pallets up in front from my last 2 drops. All of it's going to this place, so tons of fun, man, tons of fun. But we'll show you one funny thing though. All these guys load trailers. It always cracks me up. They took and loaded all this juice and Gatorade and whatever on top of a loose pallet of dog food and salt or cat chow. I never get that. I mean, I loaded trucks for years, you know. It's like something just didn't make sense. I didn't do it. I don't know. So we got a few more pallets to get off over here. I think those 2 cooler boxes are the end of it. So a little bit more, we'll be out.
Come again?
And so we wait. So what's going on? My hair looks all screwed up. Selena gave me a haircut last night. Today's what, Saturday? The 30th. Hold on, logs are banging me here. Yeah, I agree. Logs. Oh, I miss paper logs sometimes. You can just go out and be an outlaw. Gone are the days, man. Which we'll actually circle around to. I've talked about this in the past, but something kind of rang with me a little bit, you know, as far as making a point. And I know I ramble, and I'm going to see squirrels, and I'm going to be talking about something, and then I go off on something else. Squirrel. Anyway, I was watching Trucking with Schmidt. He just put up a video called "It's Okay to Say No." But he was making a point in his video before that he was driving by, it would have been somewhere in Iowa probably or something like that, I forget where, that a truck had gone off in the ditch, and as he's driving by he says, well, that's not a good place to park. And some people left him, you know, you're talking, it's a fringe thing, a minority amount of people always, but we get it too, where he makes a little joke about somebody going off in the ditch, and somebody's got to say something like, you shouldn't be making fun of somebody else's hardship. And I think it has to be clarified or put in the proper context of, you're not making fun of them, because I've done it, everybody's done it. It's looky-loos at an accident going by. The ones that are like, oh my God, you know. You got to understand the life we live out here on the road and the danger involved. And because we get it too, I've made fun of guys. I mean, I've seen some atrocious accidents over the years. I've been in accidents. I mean, you got to understand, when you're a truck driver, you are so much more exposed to danger out here. I can't cite where I got this from. It's been a while since I read it, but it listed the 10 most dangerous jobs in the USA. And you could even say the world over, probably. Now, there's two ways to look at the most dangerous job of the actual numbers and the per capita numbers. Truck driving is, by the numbers, the most dangerous job in the country. It has the most deaths every year. Now, per capita, jobs like deep sea fishing in Alaska and mining are more dangerous, but not as many people do it. There's like roughly 2.5, 3 million truck drivers in the U.S., and I can't cite the actual number of deaths per year, but it's the most of any profession. I mean, even more, like moreover, like being a cop or a fireman and stuff like that is actually at the back of the list. Truck driving is the most dangerous. The most people get killed in truck driving every year. And it's just stats, whatever. But it goes all the way around. When you make a joke of somebody that went off in the ditch like that, I've said it too, we had video in the past when we were running Nebraska, Iowa, Wyoming, all that stuff all the time. You see it every day. And I've been out here 23 years doing this crap, and I've seen dead bodies all over the road. I have not been involved in a fatality accident, thank God, but you do see them all the time. I mean, I went by one accident one time in Missouri. It was a set of FedEx ground doubles in Rolla, Missouri. And everybody knows, I call it the turn of death. That when you're going through Rolla on the 44, there's a big swooping curve that's kind of sharp. And they got it down to, I think, like 50 miles an hour. It was raining one day. All of a sudden, traffic just totally backed up. And a set of FedEx doubles had been going around that curve on the eastbound side and spun out, and the back trailer, it actually flipped all the way around. The trailer came around and crushed the cab of the truck, and when you're going by, you could see blood splatter all the way down it and stuff, with the body sitting in the front seat. That guy got killed. And it's horrific to see, but you become desensitized to it. So, of course, it's gallows humor is what it is. And you have to make light of it. Otherwise, it would drive you crazy. You can't be super serious about it all the time and be freaked out. Otherwise, you never get your job done. And I think that's what people have to understand when they armchair quarterback this stuff. You shouldn't make light of that. You shouldn't do this, do that. They get offended by it. And like I said, you have to take it from the context of knowing every day you go out in this truck, or every day you go to the mine, even policemen, firemen, they know they have dangerous jobs and they may not come home that day. You have to come to terms with that. And you have to desensitize yourself to it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to do it. I know these are far-reaching comparisons and stuff, so you shouldn't compare this to that. That's, they're heroes and you're just a truck driver and stuff like that. We all have a job to do. And guys have to go out and do it, and women. There's women that do it too, but not as many. Stats show that the most dangerous jobs are usually held mainly by men. And like I said, it's just stats, it's just the truth, and people don't want to hear that. But we get comments about that sometimes too. Like I said, our old videos, we've had plenty of truck wrecks on it and stuff like that, and we've had the same comments, and usually it's just a few. It's not an astronomical amount. It's a minority. Out of 100 comments, you might get 2 or 3 of people that are offended. How could you show that? How could you make fun of that? How could you make a joke at a time like that? And it's like, because that's the only way you can keep going. You can even say people in war and stuff, when they're all pinned down and stuff, and they even do it in movies and stuff too, where they're pinned down under fire and stuff like that, and the guys are sitting there like making jokes to each other or something like that, because they have to. You have to let it out. You have to do things that while they are off color, you know, if you engage yourself in dangerous activities, basically for the greater good, you go out and do these jobs all the way across the board that are dangerous lines of work, you got to throw some humor in there. You know, especially when I hauled gas tankers for a lot of years. There was a number of times, I mean, I'm talking a handful, maybe half a dozen guys I knew that died hauling gas. They left that day to go run loads, and somewhere out there they flipped their truck and got burned up. You know, you hear about it, it's sad, it's horrific, but then too, you're no different than them. They are doing the same thing you're doing every day too. That day, their number came up and yours didn't. And tomorrow, if my number comes up, everybody else, you know, I would actually hope guys make jokes about it. That they have some light humor about, you know, of course, I get killed and, you know, it sucks and oh my God and all this kind of stuff, but here comes somebody. Hopefully everybody would have a beer and a laugh though and think about the good memories and stuff like that. And you know, I don't want it to be a sad occasion. If I were to get killed out here, I want people to just have a memory or two, crack a joke, and think of the good times and stuff. Because, and I could say the most hardcore humor back in the day when I was hauling fuel, hanging out with all those dudes, those guys in the fuel hauling community, typically most of them were the biggest jokesters in the world, because we knew we had a dangerous job and handling all these hazardous materials, and you can get burned up in that truck at any time, all this kind of stuff. So I can only say to all the people that are very sensitive and are offended, well, maybe you're not in our shoes. Think of that. You know, you don't do what we do, or if you are a truck driver and you're super sensitive to it, maybe you haven't been out here long enough. I don't know, because I know I make jokes about everything. I don't take life too seriously, and nobody should. You're not getting out of it alive either way, so don't take it too serious. Anyway, if you are one of these people that get offended about everything, maybe you need to step back, take a little stock of what you're talking about too, and understand the context under how we have to operate out here and how we deal with it. That every day is a crapshoot, especially when you put yourself into a situation like being a truck driver or digging to the center of the earth with a jackhammer, shaking hands with the devil every day. That's pretty much what you do when you put yourself in this kind of situation, outside of going to your office job every day in your Prius, and you drive 2 miles to work and 2 miles back, and you go for a walk in the park next to your house, and your exposure to danger in life is far less. I mean, you talk about, we're out here driving 500 to 700 miles a day. For a good chunk of the year, you're driving a heavy sled on a layer of ice in a lot of parts of the country too. That your exposure to a dangerous scenario happening to you that will put your life in jeopardy is elevated by 1,000%. You know, the chance that you're going to see horrific things is elevated highly too. You see accidents every day. Maybe somebody got hurt, maybe they didn't, but I've seen bodies on the ground all over the freeway at times and stuff like that too. You see it, people are freaking out, oh my God, and it's like, I've become so desensitized to it over the years that you just go on by and it doesn't even affect me. You know, it's like some people say maybe you have problems for that, you know, but after you see it so many times, and you just see it right in front of you, and you see accidents happen right in front of you and stuff. I'm like a statue most of the time now, you know. 20 years ago, I might have been like, you know, oh my God. But you know, you get a little adrenaline rush out of things once in a while. But, you know, have a laugh. The Gallows humor is what I'm talking about, though. You're not making fun of them. It's way different. You have to let it out in some way, because your card didn't get pulled today. Thank you. I didn't die today. Thank you. You know, thank God, whatever. Whoever you got to say it to, you know. But just keep in mind, people that deal with dangerous situations all the time and are at a much more elevated risk for, you know, life-threatening scenarios are going to have humor about things, because it's how you cope. So anyway, I've talked on this long enough. I'm sure most people know what I'm talking about. If you are easily offended or sensitive, keep in mind, maybe you don't live the scenarios that we do in dangerous lines of work and stuff. So just my rant, just my thoughts. Been going on for 15 minutes though. I'm in Springfield, Illinois right now, doing a drop, and then I'm going over to Missouri, doing a couple drops over there, but near Hannibal, and then I'm heading back. So I think I'll film some more, do some drive video today and everything. I want to put this in the beginning though and get that out of the way. Avoid the naysayers. We're out here doing things that most people don't want to do, and it's dangerous at times. And have a laugh, man. Don't take it too serious. You know, that's the last thing I'd want to be remembered for, or the last thing I would want if I was plunging off of that road into a river or something like that and going to get killed. I wouldn't want my aura, more or less, to be in a negative light at that moment. I mean, it would suck, but be thankful for everything that has happened. I've had my ups and downs in life. Everybody has their problems and stuff, but ultimately, I'm just happy to be here, you know. I got out of bed this morning. You know, every day above ground is a good day. Don't take it too serious. You know what I mean? So, all right, we'll check back.
With turquoise and real diamonds.